if all has gone well, we should be live. I didn't have that set up quite right, but should have been better than last time, at least. Although last time, for those that were here, wasn't so great. It was significantly less better planned than this stream. I'm making 2 meter cable in black, and I don't know what shaded blue this is. It's one of them. I've got many shades of blue. I think there's 7 or 8 here at the moment. But this one is for Maxwell, who I will tag in case he wants to see how his cable was made. If I can tag. Apparently I can't. That's fine. Just get to it then. Ah, music. That's what I was meant to do. Music is always a good start. Let's put on my top songs for 2019.
I wanna be a bottom blonde. I don't know how, but I feel calm. I wanna be a
Cool, this might be reasonably volumed, maybe. It's not yell at me in the chat. I can see it, I think. Let's hope that actually loads properly. I always have issues with Facebook Live's chat feature. It's not the best. So if you're in here, say hello while I start to measure out this blue. That should be the slide. I was meant to start recording this. I didn't. So I'll probably just rip the entire stream from Facebook when it's done and re-upload it somewhere else, probably YouTube. I feel like it'd be a good idea to start an archive of all my weird video things. I have plans for more videos and just live streams as well. Well, I've got some cool animations, which I'm super excited with. With Thor. I'm thinking that music might still be a little bit too loud. So I'm just gonna... Maybe that's better? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Now we start the interesting bit of just threading the needle. Well, the cable. As you can kind of see on this side, it's getting there. This is a 2 meter long cable made of Ika2, which is a mix of, it's roughly 20% silver plated copper and the remaining 80% is pure copper strands. It's really nice to work with too. I mean, everyone that I've sent cables to out of this stuff, I've not received any complaints on how it sounds or feels. It's also my personal favourite for cable material, which is the main reason I use it for everything I have, give or take. I've got a fair few cables I want to get done today. Most of them are already braided up, just need to solder them and stick them in the post. So if you're one of the lucky people who have made it to the top of my queue, I will be shooting you a message after this stream to say, hey, your cable is done. This is the sort of thing that I usually do if I'm on my own a lot later than this. I'll literally sit in the dark with my eyes shut doing this. It's the most relaxing thing. I'm not exaggerating when I say that either. It's just music. I won't. The way that I use my speakers for streams is, well, the way that I broadcast audio for streams is I have loudspeakers that are just playing directly into, well, not directly into, indirectly into a microphone, because I find that it just passively attenuates things in the right way that it doesn't seem to conflict with my voice too much. And then it also means that if everything's all balanced right there, I don't have so many issues when I say switch to my CD player instead, which is, it's nice to play things on CDs. Which if here's my album recommendation for people. If you've not heard this before, ILO Union, IHLO Union. Look up, they're on Bandcamp, Spotify, Tidal, Qobuz, I think. Pretty iTunes, most likely. Really good band. They're working on some more stuff. It's prog rock, metal kind of thing. Small group. I think it's small group based in Scotland. Really nice people. Highly recommend this album if you want something to listen to at some point. That's not what's playing at the moment. This is just a selection of my top songs 2019 playlist from Spotify, because I was lazy. I may switch this over to. I'm tempted to switch over to playing the soundtrack for Mirror's Edge. Phenomenal game. I played it years ago, but fond memories. Yeah. Almost there on this one. One down, 3 to go. Music is drowning your voice slightly. Ah, heck. I thought I got it okay, but that's fine. I will just turn down my amplifier a little bit. Is that still listenable as music while... No, I'm looking at the meter, that looks way too quiet. Is that better? Is that better as background music, sort of volume? I will at some point, because there's, on my streaming software, there's a visualizer for how loud things are, which is neat. But if I can figure out roughly the right sort of proportions, then it should be easy enough in the future to tiny bit more. Cool. Because currently my voice is hitting at around minus 20 to minus 15 decibels on whatever software thing is doing. And background music's currently sitting around minus 30 dB. And I have got a negative 9.7 dB pad on because otherwise it clips in software. I think I've got it's also clipping on there. So if I turn it down on my physical interface, at some point I'll have this balanced right and I won't touch it ever again, which is the ideal situation to be in. That might be better. Hopefully. Is audio good now? Let me know. I'll tweak it if not. Just realised doesn't make much odds really. Just realised that I sleeved the first blue cable with white. Rather, sleeve the first white cable with blue. Mesh of that cables, list is fine. There's some slack in the quantity of Mogami. Yeah, there's 60 centimeters to do a couple more centimeters. Cool, okay. I will check that shortly. Say shortly, I mean after I've done this stream. But I'm going to be getting onto yours as soon as I finish this one. So I'm aiming to have your set shipped out today, hopefully. Yeah. What am I making today? This is a 2 meter Ika2 headphone cable that's going to a pair, I think it's a pair of Odyssey. Let me check my spreadsheet. Which will be a database at some point. I'm just no, it's 3.5mm dual entry, so I want to say it's for a Hi-Fi Man set then. That sounds familiar. I've got a couple orders for Focal headphones, but I don't think Maxwell's is a Focal. I want to say they're Ika2 SE, maybe? I think? Sundara? One of those. Good evening, Alan. Also, this album is genuinely one of my favourite albums. It's, I mean, it's not that high on the list, but it's really, really enjoyable. It's No More Kings and the Flying Boombox. The artist being No More Kings on the album and the Flying Boombox. Just funky. Rather didn't run yourself into ground making them. It's much appreciated. Trying to get things. Trying to work out how to balance my time and work out how to give appropriate time estimates. And once I've got my database set up, I'll have it so that it generates a time estimate based on my current workload. That's going to be a cool little feature for me, because I can just go, oh, well, I've currently got 26 cables in the queue, and I can do X a week, so it'll take Y weeks as an estimate. That's my plan. Obviously set a minimum, like, regardless of what it is, to account for shipping of items. Levels in your output is really low. Whoops. I don't think I can do much better than this. Not without... maybe this is fine. That's clipping horribly in software though. So... hopefully that's better. If that's not any better, then I would probably suggest... I don't know. Turning up... I don't know what device you're using. Turning up Windows volume? Maybe? Yeah, I'm super excited because I got a whole bunch of really cool stuff recently, and I've been talking to a couple cool people that I'm not going to say any more than that regarding the other people involved, but my personal stuff is cool because I got cool animations and all kinds of crazy stuff, which I would splash up again, but I don't want to overuse them. If you want to go see them, this stream will be published at the end of the stream, so you can go back and watch it. It'll be like 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, because I set it up as... I set it up to run for 15 minutes or so, just to let people know that the stream existed. So I didn't really give people much heads up, and it gave people a chance to, you know, check that it existed and go, oh hey, I'll go watch that in 15 minutes. Or whatever time I said it was going to be. 25 actually, I think, since I first started. No, it was just over 15, I think. Travis, name rings a bell, but nothing jumps to mind. This is... but it's Canadian band, Lovely the Band. Band called Lovely the Band. This is a real Sad Boy Hours album. It was really good music though. I've listened to a few of their other albums and I don't like them. It's just this one album that just resonated with me. And it's made its way into my Spotify playlist. So that's cool. What's this song? This is, I want to say, another No More Kings song. Yeah, it is. This is from the album I was mentioning earlier. Not this one. Go check this one out. If you've not heard of it, that's the album. beautiful. Come on, focus. Come on. My webcam does not like me. Really good album. I'll put it away now. Listen to Band of Horses. Sure. Yeah, why not? Any specific album you got in mind? Band of Horses. Because otherwise I'm just gonna stick on... I'll just press the play button on Spotify and just see what it spits up. I don't know if that does just shuffle their entire discography, or if it just goes, let's play the popular ones first. So with braiding, how much cable length goes into a 2 meter cable run? Give or take 10%. I think it's about 8% loss in length. So for that, I cut off 2.2 meters, give or take. And that seems to be about right. I'll actually do the proper maths at some point. But it's under 10% loss in terms of, straight versus braided. So it's not huge. It's not, to be fair, it's not particularly wiggly. It's still a fairly straight pattern, within reason. It's not, it could be worse. So once I braid this up, I expect it to be a few centimeters too long, and that's fine. I need to actually add a disclaimer to my website that says about length discrepancies, because I'm human, and it's going to happen every now and then. But a few instances where I just straight up accidentally made it in the wrong length, and that's okay, and I've just gone, I'll just remake it. But that's no big deal. So, yeah, to answer your question directly, about 218 centimeters, probably. We'll find out, because I know that this is... I'll use one of these. So I've got these marks on my desk, best thing I've done. This cable is... damn near 1.2 meters. 2.2 meters. Yeah, probably about. This is probably 214 centimeters. I think I've cut off. Not for any particular reason. I just know that that sort of excess is usually the right sort of amount. Really get a proper pair of little scissors. I just use side cutters for everything because scissors always seem to disappear for some reason, because you just never find them. Every time I get a new pair of scissors, they disappear within about 3 days. So I just stop buying scissors. But maybe if I keep it all my cable stuff, it'll not get lost. Like my lighter. Whereas normal lighters, I lose them within literal minutes of owning them. This one. My headphone zipper, I have never lost. Probably in part because my girlfriend bet me that I would lose it within like a week. And I was like, no! And refused to let it out of my sight. Band of Horses. Let's just hit play on. I've not heard this band before. I'm immediately liking them. So thanks for their recommendation. Hopefully, for those that joined my first stream that was deleted, this is better in terms of my lighting and presentation. Hopefully. I tidied my floor up a little bit as well. But I do like streaming. I like just rambling. No one can stop me. That's the great thing. And I mean, I could just not, but where's the fun in that? So my girlfriend's in. She shut the door just so she couldn't hear me. So rude. I mean, I left the door of my office open because I'm an idiot. I should have shut that out of courtesy. But hey, I didn't. But I'm expecting this stream to take a little over an hour. Hour and maybe not quite. An hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, that's a reasonable target, I think. 1 hour 20. And I'll go on to doing other things. The big chunky RCAs that I'm making. Oh God, the sleeve is just so tight. Which makes it a pain to sleeve each run. Though it's not too much to sleeve, it's just get a little bit of the old. It's not quite carpet burn, but you know what? It's not far off. Because obviously I can't do it like quite so as this. This is so much easier. But this is about halfway done. There's one more length to sleeve. But I got estimates back from my Velcro manufacturer. Should be having that all shipped out on Friday. So I'm expecting postage from China to be 2 to 3 weeks, maybe longer. Caught up in customs for another 2 weeks. So might have it by beginning of September, maybe, if I'm lucky. I realise that this probably isn't the most interesting process to watch, but hey, if someone wants to see how I physically make their cable specifically, I thought it'd be cool to do. I can't tag the owner of this one, unfortunately, which is weird. I should probably just link them. I'll do that. That sounds like a good idea to me. If you've not liked the page already, I can't actually see a list of people who's here. Maybe there is one. Maybe I'm an idiot. We'll find out. But if you haven't dropped a like on my page already, it'd be much appreciated. As a small creator, it kind of helps with a lot. Apparently it's 319 followers on my page and 303 likes. Wow. Huh, I was at under 300 yesterday. I was on here to do a thing. To message someone. To send someone a link to their cable being made. While I talk about their cable being made in the stream that makes their cable. Boop. There we go. I don't know if they're going to be awake. Time zones are a pain. But shipping is not, surprisingly. There's fun with silk servlets wire. Yeah, it's... Maybe have some drying paint to pep things up. I won't be doing soldering today for the sole reason that I don't want to get soldering garbage all over, not my desk, but the surrounding expensive electronics, because I am clumsy and my kitchen is not prepared for streaming. But maybe I'll probably do some soldering streaming at some point, but this is a braid stream for now. Come on. Get through the damn sleeve. It does this sometimes, and I hate it. I need to make more animation-y things, just like transitions and not more, just like for slightly different purposes. Like just one that says, "Hey, I'm still streaming. I'm just away from my keyboard," just so that I can go up and get a coffee or whatever. Because it's not like these are particularly quick to make, especially with longer cables. Longer cables take forever to make. The thing that I found with Litz wire is you don't have the same sort of integrity to push it through. It's very, very supple. So it's kind of a pain to get through. Especially the stuff that's PTFE wrapped, which is already a pain because, hey, grabbing PTFE? No, you don't get a grip. Why is cable doing this? Has it just decided to hate me? How long is this end bit? About 40 centimeters. I could just sleeve this end and hide the cable, the sleeve join under the Y-split, which is a fairly good strategy for this sort of situation. It's a bit hacky, but hey, it's not going to make any difference to the final product because the entire Y-split's potted in resin anyway, so nothing's going to move. That's why I use resin, to kind of keep everything in place forever. Repairs? No. It's not very manageable, but hey, it's permanent, and it's just the way that I do it. I have been playing around with different material choices. I need to get some more metal tubing to use for my Y-splits. This is giving me a headache. I'm just gonna do what I said and cover that. That's 35 centimeters now, maybe 38. The only issue that you end up with is hard plastic, just kind of that forms as a result of paracord being melted, which is fine, but it's just a bit of a pain. There we go, that's fine, it's good enough. Now, the only thing I need to bear in mind is to actually do this the right way around. Because there is now a right way and a wrong way to sleeve this one, to braid this one together. Maybe that sort of length, that's a guess. For God's sake, do the thing. Or don't do the thing you were just doing, rather. Just keep snagging on the inside of their sleeve. There's no reason for it either. Yeah, I mean there is a reason, but it's not usually too much of a problem. There are a few different ways to resolve it, but yeah, I'll risk it. I'll risk the chance of it happening for the chance of it not happening. Usually they just go fine. If you've got any music suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will probably play them. This is currently Band of Horses, Heartbreak on the 101. Yeah. Once that's covered by Y-split, it'll make no difference to the finished cable. Those sorts of things are just, it saves me time and it's not really a compromise in any sense, so I don't mind doing it. If it was any position that wasn't there, if it was like further down, it wouldn't have been viable to do. But I could only do that because it just so happened to fall in like the perfect length for a Y-split. Convenient. Annoying still, but convenient. I'd rather it just worked properly. Let's grab there. Still trying to figure out what space I have and what's visible while I'm still doing stuff. I'm trying to keep an eye on the frame and the chat, but I forget sometimes. Final length. Let's hope this goes well. And after I've done this, I'm going to solder up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cables? 6, yeah. 6 cables, get 6 in the post today. And I've got to go and do some uni work, or diploma work, which is a slightly different thing. For an apprentice in the UK, you have to do what's called a National Vocational Diploma, which is just way too much paperwork, in summary. But it's fine, it's important, and I can understand the necessity of it, but it's just a pain. And I just want to do silly things with cables. I mean, I want to do many things. I want to do silly things with headphones, which I should have a few pairs arriving this week. A pair of HT6XX arriving tomorrow, which I'm super pumped for, because I've heard so many good things about the 600 and 650s as headphones. Apparently they have a reputation and it precedes them. And then I've got a pair of a pair of Denon AHD 7000s arriving, which I got for a stellar price because they're in rough physical condition but works fine. Cool thing about the D7000 versus the 2000 and 5000 is that I believe they use the higher flux density magnets like they do in the TH900 from Fostex. Because I've already got the TH600s, which are some of my favourite headphones at the moment. Which, yes, I've modded to have a removable cable, and yes, I have a cable that I made that I use on them. They're phenomenal headphones. But, from what I've read, most of the wood versions are nicer. But, they're beautiful. The Denons I got beat up as all hell and need a fair bit of work on them. But there was the leather headband. Like this bit is all torn up, so I'm going to rip it all off and replace that. All of the mounting hardware around here is all scuffed and scratched and damaged. I'm going to try and sand and polish it out and remove. For some reason, there's meant on the official headphones, is meant to be a rubber cable boot to strain relief. But on the ones I got, how they broke it? How do you break a rubber strain relief? Well, they were dirt cheap. I feel bad for how little I got them for. But hey, that'll be fun. I'm interested to see how they sound versus the 600s. My friend's got the EMU Teak, and I know someone else who's got the Fostex TX00 Purple Hearts. And I'd be super interested to see how those four stack up against each other. I know that Tile from Inner Fidelity's done a really good rundown of his opinion on most of them in across different segments. He did a comparison of most of the headphones from the same driver family. I want to say it's a Foster 4437524 or something similar. Number's probably wrong, but it's something along those lines. And that includes the Fostex TH600, 610, TX00, TR00, TH900, 900 Mark II, 909s, the Denon AHD2000, the D5000, D7000, D7200. I don't know if they did a 200 for the 5000 series, and the EMU Teaks. And I think there was one more, aside from all the wood variants of the TX00s. I think there's one more. They're all beautiful headphones. Like, if someone says headphone, that is the image I have in my head. It's the TH600s. They're just the most headphone-looking headphone, in my opinion, anyway. I'm sure other people will disagree and have more headphoney headphones that they think of when they think of headphones. But that's mine. That's my headphoney headphone. If that makes sense. It might not. How about some Grado 125i's? I have some 125s coming. Seeing as new system have no headphone capability, I mean, we're always going to have some headphone capability, just it might not be hi-fi. Unless you've got like an iPhone or something that doesn't have a jack. I mean, dongles. Dongle everything. I don't know much about the drivers and assembly overall of the Grados, but I have heard very good things about the 125s and the 80s for both their stock performance and for modding. They're mod as heaven from what I've read. And a ridiculous number of guides and whatnot and tweaks and things you can do to them. So I'm excited to get those. I just don't know much about them sonically. Yeah, they are fairly interesting looking though. I wouldn't say they're the most headphoney looking headphones though. They're classics, but is that all four? That looks like all four. Cool. We're almost. Can I keep leaving my other heat shrink in my kitchen, and I really don't want to leave. So I'm gonna do what I always do. And do something you're not meant to do. Meant is the wrong word, but hey. Just a speaker guy, and that's totally fine. I'm mostly a headphone guy for reasons that include cost and convenience. Like I can have 50 different headphones and it won't, it'll take up half a wall or whatever, I don't know. I mean, because I got a headphone hanger like that way. It's just a curtain rail that I mounted to my wall. It's great. Ideal misuse of property. And that holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 headphones at the moment. So having like 50 or whatever ridiculous number, you could quite easily take up. It wouldn't take up a huge amount of space if you do it for something dumb efficient like that. Also, for like my high-end stuff, I do want to get an IKEA glass cabinet and just have them on shelves. I think that would look cool. I've seen a few people do it. And it wouldn't be for all my headphones, it would just be for like LCD2s, TH600s, my Eons from Dan Clark Audio, and 6XX probably. Yeah, I think they're going to be in the like, you know, commonly used headphones that I have. It's got a whole bunch of cheap ones I just have because they're interesting, for either because they're good for reference, for like referring to other headphones with, or because they're physically interesting, or because they got some interesting history behind them. It's kind of like the main thing that I'll get headphones for. Just, yeah, you know, it might be interesting. I need to grab another tool because I don't appear to have the right one here. I'll be back very shortly. Cool, I am back. I can see the appeal. My crap speakers cost me £850 going back a few years. The equivalent pair of headphones would be awesome. Yeah, 850 quid in the headphone world gets you something near the best. Obviously there are things like the Focal Utopia and the Audley LCD 4 and 3 and Mezzi Empyreans, like the kind of Summit Fi type headphones that they're fantastic, they're phenomenal headphones, but they're just so out of reach for what they are. For most people. And that's fine, but they're a pain. They're super cool though. And yeah, like most like great headphones. Okay, no, let me rephrase that sentence. Most headphones that are great. No, that's also a wrong way of saying it. There are a lot of fantastic headphones under £500, no matter how you paint it. Like Fostex, I mean, not stock, but the T50RP, even just pad rolled, right? Taconi Blues, a pad rolled Fostex with a slightly different internal. They say that they've retuned it. I don't entirely believe that. But the density of the foams included with the stock T50 and the Taconi Blue are different. I think that's all they've done, is they've used different internal foam padding. Padding is the wrong word. It's like a single sticker of foam over the rear vents, and then the foam on the air side of the baffle is denser, I think, than the default one. It's super minor, but that's they're good. If you're willing to mess around with stuff, they're great. Not everyone is though, and that's okay. I am very willing to mess around with stuff, which is why I'm messing around with stuff right now. It's also why I have these. It's not for my hot bionicle ASMR, it's so I can mod and measure headphones and make sure that I have not done it jankily. And like, to make sure that when I modify stuff I haven't ruined them completely. Which is always a worry. Having an interesting discussion with someone earlier about the use case of the mini DSP ears, and they pretty much agreed that they're great for hobbyists. we go. Not an approved method. I need to buy more heat shrink. I think I've run out of the right size now. I was looking for some last night and I just couldn't find any. It's no big deal. That's what you can stretch it for. It's not like this is a permanent part of the cable construction. I only do this to make my life braiding easier in the first 5 minutes. And so that it holds together while I'm getting all the first braids done. And after that, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but, you know, it's much less important for my quality of life. I half expect this stream will get taken down by Facebook as soon as it's been uploaded, because of all the copyrighted music that I do not have permission to play. But that's fine. I'm not using this stream to make money. I'm making money on this stream, but I'm not using it to make money. I'm not selling their content. So that's probably fine, maybe. Not a lawyer, so it's fine. You can always plead ignorance. And now we get to the interesting part. By interesting, I mean the bit where I probably have to stand up, because otherwise I'm going to die. And shift around my microphone. Facebook, stop being off Facebook. Yeah, that's fine. We're at 1 hour so far, not doing too badly for time. Okay, why do I have one bare foot? Because my toenail is digging into my own foot, so I'm not wearing a sock on that foot because it hurts. So I'm kind of trying to hide it under the desk. Because it's horrible. Yeah. That's the best angle I can get at the moment, I'm afraid. Not without moving things about too much. Yeah, it hurts a lot. Might have to go to the doctors about it. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm just hoping that it doesn't get ingrown, like properly ingrown. I'm hoping it's just gonna be. I'll try cutting it off later, and it'll be fine. Don't trust me. I'm not a doctor. I make software and cables. That's it. I do more than make cables actually. I modify headphones. I paint stuff. I can do all sorts. I am a crafty bugger. It's fairly easy to do when you get the knack of it. When there isn't a microphone directly in the way and you're not stood like really close to a desk to hide your foot. And all the other things. Probably get some gloves of some sort, just to try and reduce the whole skin burn, like carpet rash type effect. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I don't know how good the music sounds, because the way that I'm doing it as jank is just because, I explained it earlier, but it's because I like to be able to play CDs as well, so I've kind of got it configured for not streaming. So I am misusing the software, and the hardware, and most things in between. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm going to put on the Mirror's Edge soundtrack now though, because I want to. I am also going to probably try and get a plugin that will display current tracks, because I feel that'll be a nifty little addition to the stream, seeing as you're all into your music, I think. I'd hope. Yeah, it's looking alright. Yeah. It's really good to see the braiding happening. You have nimble fingers. Yeah, thank you. It just comes with practice. Like, as I said, if I'm like not doing this on camera and I have, a bit more space, I'll usually be stood in the dark and I won't be looking what I'm doing. I'll just be headphones on, just vibing. Straight up vibing. It's great. And I can get fairly quick with this stuff. Sitcom braid is super interesting to watch, in my opinion, but I'm not going to do any of those until someone pays me to. And saying that, I actually do have a couple to do for myself for a personal project, and one for a friend that they don't know that it's coming, but it's going to be coming. Mirror's Edge. I believe Mick Gordon, sound director of Doom, did the title sequence for Mirror's Edge. I could be wrong on that, don't quote me. Yeah, when I say that my cables are handmade in the UK, they are handmade. Everything's made to order. There's no automation. And do you just have to braid super cool cables for money via live stream? There's a money for that. I mean, I'm offering to braid super cool cables for money. I just live stream it because I think it's fun. I don't charge extra for this one. I just do it because, what else am I going to do? Talk to people? Ugh. Why talk to people when I can talk to myself? The best person. I'm barely human. It's fine. But yeah, no, if you're interested in some super chunky headphone cables, or if you're interested in your Brados being modded to have a removable cable, hint hint, pop me a message. I don't charge a lot for it because it's super simple to do. Like, for an average cable and the mod, probably be 60 quid or so, plus postage. Because only soldering a couple of jacks and margin on that mod. I know what's happening with the music. Music B decided to kick in. No! Go away, Streetlight Manifesto. It was nice to see you, Charles. I hope you enjoyed my rambles. I don't know if they were useful, but I hope you enjoyed them. Music beat. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button on my keyboard, and it started playing from Music Beat as well as Spotify, which is not how I was meant to be doing it. So it was playing two songs at once, which, turns out, that's a bad idea. But equally, if you just want a custom cable made up for your Grados that's just fitted directly to them, yeah, I'm happy to also just recable headphones without modifying them. So there's a couple options if that sort of thing interests you. You can always make them balanced, and then you can just run them single-ended for now until a better time comes. But yeah, I like 2.5mm on a Pentagon for that. Pentagon's definitely my preferred standard. It made me uncomfortable at first because it's a weird in-between size for 3.5 and 6.35. But having had experience with it now, best connector, hands down. Hands down, no debate. Most versatile. It's strong enough to not snap off in your pocket, but it's not like as bulky as XLR. But it's also big enough to be usable on a desktop platform without being ridiculous. So yeah, there's a ramble. Pentagon, favorite connector. That's it. That's all the point of that word. Those words. Stop stumbling over your words, Alan. Talk like a normal human. Thank you. Right. Where was I? Somewhere. Nearly at the end of this cable, actually. Which means we're nearly at the end of this stream. I say that, actually. I have one other cable that I think I can make up. I have the material for it right here. If you want to see me make another cable, it's a 3-core one this time. This one's for a pair of Audio Technica. Headphone cable snapped because I don't know what they were doing with it. Dog? I think that dog must have gone to it. I mean, I'm the sort of person who takes ridiculous care of everything, so I don't understand how other people break things. Like, I am the opposite of breaking things. I fix things. That's what I do. It's great. So, I tend to braid all the way to the end, and then just leave it loose, because I'll just unpick it to an appropriate length, and then set it in place afterwards. And it seems like a little bit of a waste of time. Yes, a little bit, but the 3 minutes it takes me to braid to the very end to the Y split length makes it easier for me to change the Y split length position in the future. Like when I go to actually set the cable permanently. But this is the cable. I really like this shade of blue. This one's for you, Maxwell. If you wanted to watch your cable being made, that's it. It's done. You can tune out now. I'll be soldering this one up tonight. It's going in the pile. And now, for another cable. This one is using this one. Heck. Pulled up. This one, and this one, and another one. This one's a 2-for-1. I didn't expect to actually do that one so quickly. This one shouldn't take too long. It's only a 3-core, so significantly less time taken. Blue and brown. It's the blue and brown limited edition Audio Technica M50X that my friend has. So I figured I'd make a matching cable. Shouldn't take too long. It's not a particularly complicated braid to do, and it uses less material, and this is shorter length as well. This is 1.5 meters, give or take. 1.3 actually. So it should go down to about 1.25, give or take. That's too loud. There we go. So if I keep my music at the end of the green bar and my voice in the yellow bar, it sounds reasonably okay, I think. I mean, that could also be wrong, but hey. But it's a fun process. I mean, I find it fun. I find it relaxing. During the daytime, I spend most of my time on a computer because I'm an apprentice software engineer. So I try and make my hobbies more tactile and less less of this, more of whatever, anything else with my hands. And snip. That around that snip. Crush the end of that. It might make it go better. I know that dabbing super glue on the end of these with a bit of something does help. It kind of rounds it off. But I don't have super glue on my desk, so I'm not using it. There's a few different tips and tricks and hacks you can do to make cable making easier, and I'm not using any of them in this stream. The sole reason of that equipment is in my kitchen, and I cannot. It's a lot of effort, you know? Oh no, immediately snagged. I regret saying everything. That's fine. We're fine. We're good. Back in business. Gonna be 2 strands navy, 1 strand brown. Should match the headphones nicely. I say nicely. It should match the headphones. Need to start doing power supply cables as well for computers, because there's a lot of people that want that sort of thing. And I can make some really funky ones. For God's sake, just snag central. I wanted to do this one as well, but I'm gonna take a break. I got the one cable I wanted to do done, and that's all that matters. I will maybe finish this one tonight. Who knows? That one's done though. So with that one done, that means that my stream was technically over about 10 minutes ago. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm gonna end this now. I'm gonna go grab myself a coffee and maybe dinner. But if this has been useful, leave a comment, leave a like the page, share it if you want, or don't. I'm not your mother. I post every day on Instagram at NLovell Audio, and on here it gets cross-posted, and I'll be making a YouTube to post all archive videos too. Live videos will stay up on here. Thanks for your time. If you need any more information about cables, headphone modifications, or anything else, give me a message. I'm usually available every day. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one.